Nerdhour, baby. Let's go.
Oh,
We
shit.
back. Yeah, got you on your toes.
I was ready to just be like, man, just want to jump off a building. My ears just wanted to jump off my face every time.
Got your ass.
Yeah.
Got to keep you and the audience on their toes. Nerdhour. We're back. Episode 16 of the Nerdhour podcast. We're here with Idriys. Here with me. We got Grogu.
Space between our nuts again.
Yeah, fucking Louise, bro. Fucking crisscross.
Oh, yeah, no, just took up unnecessary space on the couch.
The entire hour. Just
He's already kind of like a big person, just like, not even like weight or anything, just like in general, just like a bigger person. And then he's just gonna put his legs up on my couch. He didn't even ask. He just put his feet up on that bitch, and it was just cool. That's where 10 years of friendship.
At least he took his shoes off.
Yeah, he took his shoes off.
He took his shoes off.
He could have, but he tried to act like he's some all-knowing dude. Hey, ain't crisscross sitting appropriation for your people?
Like booted, like meditating.
No, you should have took some offense to that.
I took offense for him calling out our pink drinks.
Oh,
I got pumpkin cold brew today.
He's just like a Scrooge when it comes to that sort of shit. It's like he only wants the world to be black and white.
You sent me the clips. I want to be like, when I post drinking pink drink feminine, like, we are not associated with Fresh and Fit.
Oh yeah, no. We are not with the red pill community.
No, not at all.
At all. We are feminists.
Yes.
And we are allies of anything.
Yeah. We still have plans to throw a Respect Woman barbecue bash one day.
We have that in the works, coming soon, eventually. It's been postponed indefinitely, but we gonna get it right.
We will.
P. Diddy's gonna host. Orlando Brown's.
Oh, you know who was our original host? But we can't.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Let's not talk about that.
Anyways, episode 16. Idriys, viewer, the time has finally come.
You forgot something.
What?
Wow. 16 episodes in. This is the first time you forgot.
Oh. Unity, baby.
Your muscle. Quit. You been working out. Let's not
Unity, baby. 16 episodes in. We are here. Teased for a long time. You guys thought it would have been one of the early episodes, but no. We are finally from R2 to Grogu. Hey.
Oh, when did you come up with that?
I don't know. I just
That's what's up. You got the festive nails and everything?
Star Wars episode. We're going in. Granted, yes. Ahsoka did drop this past week. So I found it the best time, a perfect time to talk about Star Wars.
It came out?
Yeah, it did. Oh. First 2 episodes of Ahsoka dropped this week. I'll say it real quick. I think you should watch it. Yeah. Star Wars, we're going to go into the nitty-gritty, everything that's been built up. I've been kind of, insinuating my feelings. Idriys you watch Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
You watch Star Wars. Definitely I am.
After A New Hope, it gets a little blurry, but,
for sure.
And Return of the Jedi, but,
Yeah. Oh, I should have. Some background, I remember watching. Once again, my grandma took me to all these movies. I remember watching Revenge of the Sith in theaters with my grandma. I was very bored until the end, and that was a big thing with the prequels. I was very sleepy until, not again! I have the high ground! And then Darth Vader and the guy with the Mustafar and everything.
Oh, yeah, no. I remember being a kid and having no idea what the fuck was going on in the movies until that
point, right? It was
a Phantom Menace... F tier.
Yeah.
That's what we should have did. Just tier all the Star Wars movie. Phantom Menace, F tier. But I remember Revenge of the Sith. And because of that scene, I was like, this is my favorite.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Out of the prequel.
Exactly. 100%. Now I just thinking about it. Because
also really quick, I didn't understand that they were like I didn't understand the concept of prequels. Mm-hmm. So I remember being a kid being like, why is there CG in these ones and not in the later ones?
Exactly.
But yeah.
I forgot. I should have thrown in. I went to Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. It was 2 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. Oh no, it was last year. I think it was last year. That was awesome. Going to Celebration. We were there. We went in. We weren't there for the big panels like Indie or anything, or like when they brought out like they showed the Ahsoka teaser. But we did watch the first episode of Filoni's Tales of the Jedi, which was awesome.
How many people do you think got laid at that convention?
None. Nobody. Oh, frick. We're talking about Star Wars. We're gonna get into it, but quick tangent. Just quick tangent. I don't know why I was talking about getting laid. So the same guy.
About to get into.
So the same guy I went to Celebration with, one of my best friends. He was my boss at one point. Kahil, shout out Kahil. He took me to Celebration. He visited last week from Nashville, and we went to a card shop because new Disney started their own. Magic the Gathering. Have you heard of that? It's like a game. It's like a nerdy Magic. Magic the Gathering's like a.
Wait! I think so.
Post Malone just got like a $3 million card from Magic. Like,
nah, I think my math teacher used to use those cards to do like these, like it's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, yeah. So it's
I think I remember that from like 3rd grade.
Yes. So Disney started their own Magic the Gathering called Lorcana. So it's literally like Disney's version of Magic the Gathering, but all the cards are like Disney characters and stuff. Anyways, it dropped last week. He dropped the bag. I dropped a substantial bag on some cards, and we were at this like card shop in Burbank, and I don't think I've really been to like inside like a card shop where they sell like baseball cards, basketball cards, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like just a card shop. And I get hyper fixated a lot and very quickly, and just being there and Nerdhour, I'm a nerd. I'm a big Pokemon guy, been playing since I was a kid. I used to collect cards as a kid, but it wasn't like a big thing for me, but I did have those moments of collecting cards and stuff. And I got hyper fixated on cards again, bro. And they just dropped like a new Pokemon set, Obsidian Flames. And it's all I've been thinking about last night, or like this entire week.
You were having like wet dreams about it?
Honestly, yeah, dude. And I picked
What is in this card pack?
A gold Charizard card, which I didn't get. But I dropped like $100 to get like a whole booster box, which is 37 cards. I pulled them all out. Okay, so the reason I brought this up is because the guy there who helped me out, his name is Steven.
Okay.
He's definitely a virgin, but he was a cool kid. And I was looking at him, I was like, damn, I'm sorry, it's okay if you're a virgin. We were there at one point.
It's okay if you're a virgin.
It's okay.
That should be on a shirt.
It's okay if you're a virgin. Nerdhour.
Yeah. You're a virgin.
That's actually pretty fire, dude. We have merch with
it doesn't apply to us, but if you're out there, it's okay.
Yeah, if you're, it's totally okay.
Yeah.
Virginity's a concept, but he was definitely a virgin, and he was a dope kid, and he sold me a box. And Idriys, I'm not gonna lie, after 2 hours and I didn't get what I want, I went back and went to go get another box.
Another $100 box? You spent $200?
Like $230 in one night yesterday.
And you know something? He's been putting off buying a mic for this shit.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Because he was like, I'm gonna wait till I get paid and have a little extra money in my pocket.
It's so
and
bad.
This is what he does with it. This is why
So I know. I regret it. I almost went to go buy a third box before I came.
You almost spent $350?
Yeah. You almost.
For what? What are you trying to? You trying to get the gold Charizard? That's why you want it so bad?
Yeah.
Is that gonna get you any pussy in life?
I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing to me? Apologize to yourself.
Oh,
You look at a mirror and realize who you become.
I'm so locked in, guys, that I was like, damn, I'm turning into a virgin.
You are who you buy from. That's why I feel bad whenever like I go to like these restaurants and they serve these just really nasty, disgusting entrees that you just feel like shit afterwards. But then you look at the person who makes the food and it's like, damn, you kind of disgusting yourself a little bit. So it's like, but you are who you buy from.
Yeah.
You are Steven.
Yeah, I am Steven. Steven, if you're watching this, you're my boy. I told him he literally, because I came from Anaheim, he was like, I walked back in. He looked at me. He's like, bro, it's been 2 hours. Did you really drive back from Anaheim? I was like, no, I live here. But he was just like it was bad. It was bad. He kind of clowned me, but he still sold me it because he wanted my money. Steven, I'll see you soon. Maybe after I get paid. After I get paid, I'm going to buy us a new mic. So we're getting quality mic.
You see Steven more than you see your holes at this point.
And then I'm gonna buy the mic.
Oh, after the fact.
Yeah.
You splurge.
Yeah, I'm getting the mic and then I'm gonna get another box. On God.
You could have used that money to just buy a mic and mixer.
Yeah.
But hey, it's your money.
Yeah,
we're getting by. You see over here at Nerdhour, we're struggling, and this is what he decides to do while we're drowning.
I'm so locked in. I'm so sorry. No, really? I thought I was like, wow. I really just dropped that much money for like, oh, you want to know how much I made from like the good shit I pulled?
You make money?
Well, so there's good cards, right? I pulled one Charizard, but it was out of the 3 So there's like a secret art Charizard it's worth $90 raw.
So you could sell it back to Steven.
I could.
Okay.
Right? Like, like there's some valuable cards, like the pulls, like what you want to get. So I got the least valuable Charizard, which was raw.
$5.
35.
$35.
Yeah. Do you want to know how much? But there's all.
We're still in debt, man.
Do you want to know how much I made out of both boxes in total? I pulled at least like 20 good cards, but I already pulled one of the most valuable cards. So already cap was 35. Well, cap is 90. I got the 35. Everything else is like basically worthless. But do you want to know out of the good ones I pulled how much I made?
Let me guess.
Out of like it was like 20.
20 cards.
20 cards.
The top one being 35.
Yeah.
I want to say 60.
More.
70.
More.
90?
More.
120?
Less.
110.
116. So I got one box worth back.
You still bombed at the bottom.
I know.
You didn't make back your budget.
In total, all the cards I got, it was like valued like $116.
I mean, that's a better loss than just completely being out 250, 230. Yeah. So 115, 115.
Yeah.
That's not a terrible loss, but you still lost.
No, I lost. I definitely lost.
But it could have been worse.
If I bought 3 boxes and then I didn't pull either the super secret art or the gold, yeah, it's completely lost.
So you could now just say, oh, I spent 115.
Yeah, so that's why I'm comfortable. That's why I didn't go buy another.
He gave you back in cash?
No, I didn't sell it.
You still down? I'm thinking I'm thinking you sold this shit. And
No.
you made back from what? No, you just thinking.
Yeah.
You just thinking about how you could make money. Move on.
Okay.
You disappointed me.
You thought I sold them?
I thought you flipped it.
No, I didn't.
I'm like, okay, he's a Jay-Z of Pokemon cards or some shit. I'm thinking you out here, you flipping and you doing what you can. You ain't do shit except have a daydream.
Yeah. Well, what if I want to get it graded? If I get it graded, it comes back a PSA 10. That one card I got.
What?
A PSA 10. So
What the fuck is that?
So like you could grade comics. I really want to grade my first Flashpoint comic, which like could be up to like $1,000 now because I have that first issue of Flashpoint. And so when you grade something, it's like you send it off to like PSAs, like a grading company where they like, have you seen like comic books where it's like in like a sleeve and it has like a little number on the side? It's like a graded, well, that's what it is. So it's like grading something, right? And if you grade something, the value, and if it's a PSA 10, so it goes from like 1 to 10, right? If it's like it comes back like a 5, it's dog shit. It's basically worth nothing. But how they grade it's like, how, like if there's damages, if there's a crease, how well you kept it, right?
Okay.
That even goes for cards. Like if the card is like graded, comes back at 10. So like my $35 card, the one I have, it comes like a PSA 10, could come back to like the PSA 10 grading is like $215 just for that one card. But I have to send it out to be graded, comes back at 10, $215.
When was the last time you touched grass?
That's what Kiki said last
That's what she said?
Yeah.
That's what your girl said?
Yeah.
That's how you know you have an issue, bro. When was the last time you touched grass?
That's literally what
You need to go outside and play on a jungle gym. You need to toss a football.
Yeah. This is real nerdy,
Bro, this is deeper than we've ever gone before.
Yeah,
I don't
was like Pokemon is another like open, bro. Like,
You completely lost me.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, one nerd.
you know what? Like Kiki was like, maybe you should buy the box and open it on the podcast. You know, I was like, oh, maybe.
That's what you should have done at least.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
You should, yeah, and then we could have seen your disappointment in what you got in real time.
Yeah, we could.
Mystery box.
Maybe we'll do that. We'll do
Okay.
that. I'll buy us a box, and then we can open
You
it.
buy you a box.
Okay, I'll buy myself
and
a
I'm
box.
here to watch.
Yeah, but you could crack some open too.
Man, I used to have a Ziploc bag full of Pokemon cards. That was when I was like 12 or something. That was
It comes with 37 in a box, and it's like a left and right side. I could do. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. All right, we have a guest coming on this coming week. Should be a great one too. Louise, love you. It was amazing. We also have another guest. If I could lock that person in, I'm super stoked about. We be getting guests around here, and then we'll do a Pokemon one the next up. That'll be cool.
okay.
All right, 15-minute tangent of Pokemon just to allude to, once again, you see it on the screen. You see Grogu. Oh, sorry, buddy. R2, Star Wars, baby. Let's get into it. Let's just do it. Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, okay, ignorant hour, bro. She like had like a cape on, and she like
And then she whipped it off.
she whipped it, bro.
It was none of my body.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, bro. She looked so good. She looked so good, dude.
What? Ahsoka wears what? Like a like a bodysuit type thing?
She's older now, so it's kind of like a little dress at the bottom type vibe, but then like tight at the top, and then like yeah.
Oh, cause you a titties guy.
But no, but like like, oh wait, no, was it? I don't know. But the main thing is like she did turn around, like, oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. She she dated Eric Andre.
Yes.
That's still one of the weirdest couples that ever. But apparently she's like not weird in a degrading way, but weird like Eric.
For sure.
Like
for sure.
they both were kind of like in that
Weird, nerdy, you know,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why she's like freaking Ahsoka.
But you wouldn't expect that because you think, oh, beautiful, you look like a mature woman, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she's, I guess, crazy as well,
For sure.
in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, guys, Ahsoka dropped finally. I've been talking to a few of my like Star Wars friends, and I'm gonna tell you, Idriys, that this show is the precipice of if Star Wars is actually completely done, completely not worth saving, or not like can't be saved, because Andor was a divisive show. Andor, you watch Rogue One, right? You know Andor,
yeah.
right? We'll talk about.
I mean,
some
I
movies.
watched Rogue One.
Yeah. But Andor was, very. I liked Andor. I'm not gonna say because a lot of people didn't like Andor because how slow it was. It was very different. Some people would say it's not Star Wars. Andor was Star Wars because it was like it was sold as like a spy thriller, and it was that. It was very slow. It was very dragged out at times, very character orientated. Did we even see a single lightsaber? We didn't even see a single lightsaber, I feel like you would enjoy Andor, but then like you would get to slow parts and like you would just skip.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like to the good shit. But like there was like good stuff. I don't know. Yeah, and then the third season of Mandalorian was, in my opinion, complete dog shit. The third season of Mandalorian so let down because of how season 1 and season 2 were. Season 3 was just so dragged out and kind of pointless, and the episode of the weeks.
I don't remember when I stopped watching Mandalorian, but I think it was after Grogu left. It was when the first Luke thing.
Did you watch Book of Boba Fett?
No, I didn't.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like you watched season 2, and that's when it was hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Luke and stuff. Yeah, so you watched. Oh, Grogu left. Yeah, you did watch season 2, and that's perfect in a way. Mandalorian 3 was dog shit. Book of Boba Fett was basically Mando 2.5, which was unnecessary. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show.
That came out?
Yeah, that came out. Dog shit. Obi-Wan, the show, was dog shit until the last episode because of the insane, have to admit, great fight that he had with Anakin Darth Vader. It was like literally so fucking good, dude. Like this is like, because in like the original trilogy, they talked about how like they saw each other again, you know? And then we got to see that play out in the Obi-Wan finale where they had another fight before Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and when Darth Vader killed Obi-Wan in the original trilogy. So you got to play that in the show, and it was like on this rock island, and they fought, and then like Obi-Wan slashed Anakin's mask, and then like it was like half broken, and then you got to see it was Hayden. He came back. Hayden came back. And then, like, the voice was fucked up, so it was, like, breathing. You could kind of hear Hayden's voice, but it's also Darth Vader. And then he literally, the line was like, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. You know, like, it was so good. It was so, but just to get to, like, dude, that was the best part of the show on the last episode of, like, it was, like, 8 episodes of dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this show has so much writing on it. So, just to say all that, it was good. This is good. This is good. But these 2 episodes alone could not yet maybe. We had to watch the whole series, but like the fact that these 2 episodes were good is still, it can't save the Star Wars, it's too early to call type of vibe, it's way too, even though these 2 episodes it was all right paced. Second episode did go quicker, which I did enjoy. This won't save the franchise. This won't convince the fandom, the Star Wars fandom, that like, oh, we're back, baby, just by these 2 episodes alone. Unlike it was like, like Mando vibes, season 1 and season 2, like just all in, everyone's locked in. It's definitely not like that, and what hinders it is because
too much ass.
Too much ass.
Yeah.
Too much distraction.
Yeah.
No. This could be seen as a problem. I watched Star Wars Rebels. So did you watch Clone Wars at all? Cartoon Network, the animated show?
Yeah. I don't remember too much, but yeah.
Yeah, so they did another spinoff. I think it was on
the cartoon or the CG.
The CG one.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Well, I mean, I watched both, but yeah.
They did another CG one for Disney called Star Wars Rebels, it's a very good show. It was like a little bit more for kids, but still very good. They had like a lot of they brought Ahsoka back, they brought Maul back, and Thrawn, and like it was crazy. They have a lot of those characters from Star Wars Rebels, which we'll talk about in this show. So people could be lost, right? Because it's like, who's Sabine? Who's Hera? I know you don't know who those people are, but those are like kind of like classic iconic characters at this point because of Rebels. Even like Chopper, which is like he's like one of my favorite, it probably is my favorite droid. Like there's a meme of he's like the biggest mercenary like murderer in the galaxy is a droid named Chopper. He's like orange and white because he's like the way you like he's a savage dude. Even in the cartoons, like he has a lot of personality, but like he just loves murdering people, like killing people, like as in like.
And this was in Rebels?
Yeah, like he like pushed someone off a cliff. It was like kind of played for a joke, but like bro, he should have just murdered someone. He's a fucking droid. He's awesome. There's a lot of Rebel characters in this show. This is like in a way, instead of them doing like a live action Rebels, they put these characters in Ahsoka, which is sick. It's dope. So yeah, I really like the show. Rosario's amazing. She really embodies Ahsoka very well, especially mature, older Ahsoka, because we've seen Ahsoka in the Clone Wars, Anakin's apprentice, and then like she matures up by the end of Clone Wars season 3, and then Rebels we see like an old version of her too, like an older version of her, and now she's like I think like a few years past, or like not a few years, like a year, a few. She's basically the same thing as what the age she was in Rebels, but just mature, and I think Rosario kills it.
I just, the one thing about Star Wars is like, I'm like, is this going anywhere? Like in terms of Marvel is like, at least we know it's like there's a streamline, timeline of movies to go somewhere, DCU, whatever. But when it comes to the Star Wars universe, it just feels like a bunch of shit just being done to be done. But is it like going anywhere?
Yes, which we will talk about because at Star Wars Celebration this year, they announced 3 movies. So we'll circle back to that. Got you. Well, especially, I'll answer that question. Okay. Real quick, they had a crawl. They had to crawl this in the first episode, which a lot of people were like they didn't like, which I didn't find offensive at all.
Yeah.
They had a crawl. It was this. You know, you remember it's usually in yellow and it was red. It was red, and then even the way they centered it was a little different. But there was a crawl, like a setting up crawl. I really liked it. I really loved it.
Why wouldn't people like that?
I don't know. I don't know why people were just shitting on it. They're like, it's not like it was like forced in. It didn't look like the OG Star Wars crawl. It was like, you know how like when you type something, it's like you could center left, middle, right? So Star Wars, it was like always center in the middle, right? But this was centered left. It looked
interesting.
Yeah. Do you kind of see it? Right? It was centered left. The text was red, but the music is so good. Do you know who Dave Filoni is?
I feel like I do. Yeah.
Dave Filoni is honestly George Lucas's heir apparent. He is George Lucas's Padawan. He's an animator. He came from The Last Airbender. He did a lot of The Last Airbender.
I've heard the name before.
I'll show you. I wish I put a picture of Filoni. Oh shit! Plug in that laptop. Dave Filoni is the creator of Ahsoka. He made Ahsoka.
Oh really?
Yes. For Clone Wars. You know, this is Dave Filoni. He always wears a cowboy hat. He always wears a cowboy hat. You know, he came from live action. I mean, he came from animation. But his first crack at live action was I think one episode of Mandalorian, and then with Favreau, and I think he did two. He's been doing like for the shows, right? Mandalorian. I forgot if he did Boba Fett, but this is his show. He's directing 2 episodes. The list of directors came out. He did the first episode. I mean, if it's true, he's doing episode 5, but he wrote everything. This is his show, you know. But I think, Filoni is heir apparent. I forgot where I was going with that, but yeah, Filoni is heir apparent. He basically, like, in reality, like, he should be running Star Wars. Him and Favreau should be running Star Wars because he gets it. You know, he literally worked under George Lucas. Like, they like worked with him, dude. Like,
but then they said, Kathleen.
Yeah, right? Like, but granted, he doesn't have like that much experience in like doing movies and everything, and like, it was mainly came for animation, so it's like running the studio. But like, if it would be anybody, it should be Filoni, right?
To be at least a Kevin.
At least the Kevin, exactly. Like, fine, you don't need to run Lucasfilm because that's insane.
But just be the producer.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, like map where everything's going, right? Like because he has such like he understands George Lucas, and you can't see because I already know like George Lucas is kind of a freak.
Is he?
He's kind of a weirdo. He's weird. You know, he's just a nerd. He's such a nerd. The stuff he wanted to do with Star Wars, like with midichlorians, where it was just like the Force was like alive and like inside people, and then like the Force like midichlorian, like it was insane. Like the shit he wanted to do, and that's why like people are like, if you gave George Lucas back Star Wars now, it would be fucking weird, you know. But like George was able to like take in the stuff that George vision was and kind of like hone it in and just like make it concise at least. Oh, I remember why. During the crawl, the music was so good because George and Dave are very inspired by like Japanese filmmaking, like Kurosawa and stuff, like very old ninja movies. And then like the crawl in the beginning, it was like drums, like dum 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 dum, you know, like very
like tribal drums and stuff.
Tribal, but like tribal throwback Japanesey drums, you know,
ceremonial drums.
Exactly. And like throughout the show, you could very tell like there's just like shots, like setting shots of just like the land, you know, just really it was great. But that's my point to bring. Dave is very inspired about like even George about Kurosawa stuff. But Crawl, I mean from oh my goodness, Rebel characters. So that's Sabine Wren. She was a Rebel character. Right, she is Mandalorian who basically gets turned into a jet. She is a Mandalorian, but she has the Darksaber for a little bit. Remember the Darksaber that they were
Juan Carlos Esposito.
Exactly. Did you know he was Baxter Stockman in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. He sounded familiar. Anyways, She grew up a Mandalorian. She is a Mandalorian, but she realized she's force sensitive is because she held the Darksaber for a bit. She's the one who's like Mandalore, in the Rebels. People are gonna say like, if you guys are doing that story of like, oh, half Jedi, half Mandalorian, like, bro, why don't you do that with Grogu? Because that's literally what he is.
Yeah.
This is Hera. She's like, she's like part of the Rebel show. She's one of these aliens. I'm blanking on like with the freaking pigtails.
Yeah, the long.
Yeah, she's kind of like she's like a General Hera, Syndulla, but her name's Hera. She's played by, what's her name? What am I blanking? She's in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I was like, oh, it's Elizabeth. She plays Katara.
She plays Katara?
She plays Katara. I'm pretty sure. You talk about what's her name?
Wait, she plays Katara?
She plays Katara
In Scott Pilgrim? Or like wait, in Last Airbender?
I'm pretty sure.
It's Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, she plays Katara.
Wait, she played Katara?
I'm pretty sure she plays Katara.
I don't think she played Katara, bro.
Or
Who played Katara?
hold on.
Katara from what? We're talking about
Airbender.
Airbender?
I could swore she plays Katara.
Mae Whitman? Nicole Peltz? Wait, what? Voice?
Yeah.
Mae Whitman. Or
She's Mae Whitman's in Scott Pilgrim too, though, right? Mae Whitman's in Scott Pilgrim. She is.
she is?
I got the wrong one.
Okay,
You're talking about Ramona. She's Ramona.
Yeah, she's Ramona. Yeah.
Mae Whitman was someone else in Scott Pilgrim.
She's also Tinkerbell.
Oh, she was. You know
she
who
is
she
in
was
Scott
in
Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim?
Who?
She played Ramona's lesbian ex.
Yeah.
I got it confused, but yeah, nah. So Ramona plays this green alien.
Yes, Mary Elizabeth. And do you know who Ramona, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, now Hera, is married to?
Like the actual person?
Yeah, who Mary Elizabeth Winstead is married to.
Chris Evans?
No, he's part of the Star Wars universe. He's very big in the Star Wars universe. Like,
Adam Driver?
no, fuck Adam Driver. Who cares? Fuck Adam.
Hayden?
Okay, not Hayden.
Not Hayden, Obi?
She's married to Ewan McGregor. Star Wars, dude. Like, it's in the fucking family, bro. She's married to Ewan.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Going to one child.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
So, Rebels characters into live action. I think it's cool. I think it's great. I don't know how much, especially where the story's going. I don't know how much Hera is going to be a part of it. I mean, once again, we only seen 2 episodes. But I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead is doing great. The actress plays Sabine. It's a little different, but she's older now. She chopped off her hair, so she looks more like Sabine. I thought she's doing pretty well. What I was gonna say. We already saw Zeb. At the end of Mando season 3. I mean, that was like one of the few highlights. Zeb is he's like an alien guy who's in Rebels. So he might be appearing in the Star Wars that was supposed to be Rangers in the New Republic show, but since Gina Carano, got herself canceled with the whole COVID thing. Oh my God, we say anyways, with the whole, the politicking stuff, that was canceled. But I think Zeb was definitely supposed to be part of that. I think it's cool. It's really cool to see from just animated to live action. I love to see it. So that's one thing I like, dude. And we have to talk about this, dude. So there's 2 new characters introduced in the Ahsoka show. Oh my goodness.
Zoe Kravitz is in it?
That's not Zoe Kravitz.
That's not Zoe Kravitz?
No, she's white.
That looks like Zoe Kravitz.
Balin and Shin, bro.
Shin?
Shin.
Okay.
Balin and Shin. Ray Stevenson, rest in peace. The Punisher guy, Ray Stevenson, who died a month ago.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Damn, this is his last role?
This was his last role. Super sad. And he did not phone it in. He's killing it, dude. It's even more sad because of the fact that, he's doing so good that, I want to see more of him.
Let me see a picture of... Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, he was Punisher.
I'm thinking of Goodfellas.
He was in Thor.
Oh yeah.
He's this guy in Thor.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Rest in peace. Dude, he's killing it right now. And her actress, I looked it up, Ivana Sakano, playing Shin. Dude, she's badass, bro. She's awesome. And like, yeah, she got in a fight. She actually stabbed at the end of the first episode. She stabbed Sabine, which was like, oh, she died. Which the whole thing was just like, bro, like Han got stabbed and he died, but Sabine gets stabbed through her, and then the next episode is just like, I'm good. You know, I saw a meme where yeah, there's a meme where it's like Qui-Gon Jinn. You know, he got stabbed by Darth Maul and he died, and there's a meme of him like, you know, like how like she should have like lost a hand or something. But anyways, her presence, bro, like she's so captivating. Shin, like I'm so interested, intrigued. Like I want. So their whole thing is they're not Sith. Well, maybe they're Sith. I don't know. They are. So he is a Jedi who survived Order 66. And now he's kind of like mercenary vibes, you know, and this is Master Apprentice.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can't really
say he's coming back from blood.
Basically, yeah. But it's already such like cool character arc because he's kind of like he at the end of the second episode he was just like, I have to kill Ahsoka Tano, but like I'm ashamed or something along those lines. Like he doesn't feel good at killing Ahsoka. He was like I feel ashamed. Like there's very few Jedi left. You know.
Yeah. So why does he want to kill the Jedi?
Because he's like a hired mercenary. This lady, I forgot her. The lady who was in the Mandalorian episode with Ahsoka, Mary or something. I don't know. She's a witch. She basically hired him to like find and kill Ahsoka. Because Ahsoka is trying to find a map to find Ezra Bridgers, who was the lead in who's a lead in Rebels, but also Thrawn is there. Thrawn is basically like Star Wars' Thanos, and kind of, you know, big bad, iconic villain that's like not Darth Vader. He's like blue. He's really cool looking. At the end of Star Wars Rebels, like they sent him off into Ezra sacrificed himself to go to a different universe, so they're trying to find a map to find him for Ahsoka. And then they already teased Thrawn is going to be in it. I don't know. Craziness. So much fucking nerdy shit. But Shin is awesome. I mean, if you want to, real quick, and we're going to some like rumor stuff, because there's another character who is an Inquisitor. His name is Merrick, right? So there's a rumor right now.
Playing this game. Which game was this?
Force Unleashed.
Yeah, Force Unleashed. I think I had it on PSP.
Yeah. Darth Vader's secret apprentice, right?
I don't remember the storyline. I just remember playing it.
His name is Starkiller. So the rumor is right now. So there's a voice actor named Sam Witwer who did Starkiller's voice, who's done Darth Maul's voice, who's like the motion capture for Darth Maul. The rumor is right now is that Merrick is Sam Witwer, maybe Starkiller. Because dude, everyone loves this motherfucker, Starkiller. That's the name from the game. And the rumor is right now, like maybe Starkiller, because he's wearing a mask, dude. No one knows. So the reason why this rumor came up is because at the very end of the credits, there's like additional voices, and you see Sam Witwer. But you know, he loves Star Wars. He will he does voice acting, so like you can hear like a grunt. You know, and so that's you have to add him in the credits. But the fact that he's masked, you know, he's a very important character. He's not dead, you know. He's an Inquisitor. He knows he has the Force. He knows how to battle, you know. So, I mean, either reveal is cool. If, like, his mask flies off, it's Sam Witwer, that's dope. If it's Starkiller, fucking crazy. Because Dave loves, like, changing canon and changing the story and, like, incorporating, you know, even that story, right? Because like Ahsoka is Anakin's apprentice, but then Starkiller is Darth Vader's secret apprentice, and then like them like battling, you know, like is crazy, you know. So that's a big rumor right now. The fact that this could be
you just unlocked the memory of playing with that nigga had electricity and shit. Forgot about that game.
Yeah. There is a gripe that I do have just to wrap it up. It's a minor gripe. It's kind of storytelling gripe. I kind of want to bring it up to you and how they played it out and how like you would feel about this, or like how do you feel about like this concept. But basically, a part of the story, they set it up where, okay, so long story short, at the end of Rebels, like basically Ahsoka like just kind of dips from Sabine, but like Ahsoka's like, oh, like Sabine was basically Ahsoka's Padawan. She was training her in the Force. But in the show, we just like out of nowhere, they're beefing.
In the cartoon.
In the how they left off in the cartoon, it was just like they were fine. They were going. She was going to train Sabine. Ahsoka was going to train Sabine.
Oh,
but now it picks up. So kind of leaving off a chapter of what we missed just off screen. Like, oh, that happened. I feel like it's kind of cheap storytelling.
I mean, I don't know unless they're planning on talking about it. Yeah, does it seem like they're alluding to they're eventually going to talk about it?
They're alluding that something happened, and like, you know, which causes like this rift, you know, play off like a Sabine's very like, Ahsoka left me, but like, you know, like it was like that happened off screen.
I mean, it's just, to me, that's preference. I mean, you know, it's like, yeah, if you want to add some sort of emotional stakes, then you're going to hold off to reveal what happened. But then we usually in these cases, we know what happened isn't really that deep.
Yeah.
It's like most times when we come to find out, it's like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of, I mean, they could tell it up front and more so just like a forgiveness story. But if they just want to drag it out, then yeah, they're going to have to do, oh, you know, maybe eventually when they do forgive, then it'll come out, or first they'll want the story to be revealed what happened and then go on a forgiveness journey or whatever.
True.
But it's really just preference of how you want to go about it. I wouldn't call it cheap, but it's definitely just a tactic.
Yeah.
It's a tactic.
For sure. I definitely think they did it just to kind of push the story, you know, like, so they don't have to drag. They don't have to, because the way they like move past it, it's like, oh, like Ahsoka left me. We beef now. I haven't seen her in years. You know, just to push the story along.
They have to explain, you know, why Ahsoka's been over here and where's everyone else been, you know, then it could be a cheap way of being like, oh, yeah, beef.
Yeah.
Some them pitching it to Disney. And Ahsoka was gone, and like, oh, really? Why? Just something happened. Just something where they just don't talk anymore. Really? Yeah, they just don't. And we're gonna get into that, right? Not at all. Not at all. But anyways, yeah. So it's like, you know, until they feel like it. Yeah, I think we'll talk about it now.
Yeah. That's exactly the vibe. I mean, that's literally like my only gripe, you know, just like, I mean, I wish we saw like a little montage of them, like, you know, like her training and being like, you know, I have to leave. And she's like, oh, what? You know, just even a montage. So that's why I kind of think it was like just to push the story forward.
They might
quicker.
Still be deciding if they even want to connect the show's like
continuity. Okay, yeah.
You know,
that's
they probably don't know if they even want to do that yet.
But yeah, that's like a minor gripe, but it is still at the end of the day a gripe. But yeah, I'm very stoked to see the rest of these episodes play out. 8 episodes, drops every Tuesday, and for this, because they want to make an event, Disney's smarting up. They are dropping these episodes now at 6 p.m. on the Tuesday, so it's not midnight anymore. You know, so we don't like, so East Coast was stay up until 3 a.m.
Be sleep. They got work tomorrow.
Exactly.
People got school.
Exactly. So it's now 6 p.m. our time, 9 p.m. East Coast on the Tuesday. It officially reaches Wednesday.
We're going back to cable time.
Exactly.
Cable, like,
exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
They're gonna. I guess cable worked. Yeah, cable was a good system. We're just resorting back to it.
Exactly. Especially with all the streamer stuff. But I don't. It's too early to call. I mean, almost like Secret Invasion vibes, right? But I'm getting way better vibes for this than Secret Invasion. Like, especially where they're going. Maybe I'll talk. Maybe not. I'm not gonna go deep into leaks, but especially it just feels different with Star Wars with leaks because it's like they're usually not right. Like Star Wars, but it's so
Like, it's just terrible. Just motherfuckers just talking.
exactly. And then like that shit, like especially with like stuff in Mando 3, like that shit did not happen. You know?
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm not like leaks, but also just even the way they put out like how they have to Ezra's in a different galaxy, you know, and how like this could very well push Star Wars in a different direction, but that's good because Star Wars needs to get away from Skywalker, get away, you know, start their own fucking narrative and their shit, you know, and this show may be doing that, which I think is pretty sick. Weekly episodes review, we'll catch it. I think next up we have,
This is the SWU.
Yes, but this is for the new trilogy. But I just used this picture because I thought that was cool, but who cares about all this bullshit? What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
It used to be Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, fire.
Probably, I feel like people, you know, their typical answer is, "It's not Return of the Jedi."
No, you mean Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, Empire Strikes Back. My bad. Yeah, it's like, it's not Empire Strikes Back. I was but it'll probably be between those two, if anything. But I would say as a kid, it was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, which is crazy. So like we were kids when the prequels came out, and then like, you know, Cahill was like a teenager, you know, and like, you know, like people did not like the prequels, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Prequels are shit on.
Are shitted on, but they're kind of getting love. It's like aging well. The prequels are, yeah. Like people are starting to hate the prequels less and less. I think especially because of how dog shit the new trilogy was, you know. So you could find some appreciation in the prequels.
I think Phantom Menace is still the most boring piece of shit.
It is pretty boring. Very sandy and stuff. I mean, Darth Maul was cool.
It is a boring racing movie.
Exactly. A lot of politicking in the prequels.
And then between Revenge of the Sith and Phantom Menace was what?
Clone Wars or Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. Yeah.
Which you hear Attack of the Clones is so crazy, but just politicking, bro.
That shit just a bunch of council talk.
Exactly.
They had fights, but I mean, it's just you don't be so zoned out of what motherfuckers are talking about that it's like you miss context and it don't matter.
Exactly.
Nothing matters.
I think personally, Revenge of the Sith is up there. Empire Strikes Back is the ultimate classic. Like, you know, I think even to this day, like people strive to be Empire Strikes Back. This might be a hot take, but I think Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse, or in which one's the second one?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse, part 1.
Oh no, the first movie's Into, then it's Across.
Across the Spider-Verse almost gets there, bro. It's that, like, you know, it's not Empire Strikes Back level, but just like the up and then the setup and the ending, you know, the cliffhanger, you know?
I just think there's no moment that can equate to you know, Darth Vader saying I'm your father.
Yes, exactly.
Like Across the Spider-Verse didn't have a moment like that.
True.
But that's such a, which apparently he didn't say, Luke, I'm your father.
Yeah, he said something like a little bit different. Yeah.
But that scene, motherfuckers in the 80s are like, whoa! You know what I'm saying? That blew 80s people's mind.
Yeah.
You know, so, but Across, I would say if Across had a moment equivalent to that sort of mind-blowing drama, then but the closest thing we got was Second Miles.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Which was like, oh shit, but it's like we saw it coming a mile away. I don't know if people saw Darth Vader being Luke's,
especially being in that time. Yeah, 100%. Like no one.
They had no idea. And Star Wars, man, during that time, I'm sure you know this. They made the term blockbuster because of Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't it because of Jaws?
No, it was because of Star Wars.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
The lines were wrapped around the block. That's where the term blockbuster came from.
Yeah, dude. Sign of the times. I mean, like, fucking classics. I'm surprised you didn't say this at all because we watched this in theaters and, like, I just remember sitting next to you and just the way you, like, had a visceral reaction to Rogue One.
Oh yeah, no, we were going crazy.
Yeah, because he didn't know it was like
A suicide movie.
yeah, like everyone. Spoiler alert! Everyone fucking dies, you know. And like I think I remember even the scene too. When I looked, it was like when the robot died. When the robot died, and he was just like, you realize like, oh fuck, everyone is dying, you know, and like the battle scene.
Yeah. I think it was like, I don't know if the ships had to leave the planet or whatever, blah blah. But when you realize they were stuck on that,
Yeah.
it was like, wait, no, not the Asian blind guy. Wait.
Oh my god, may the force be with you.
It was so slow, like throughout, but until that ending. It was
and then the way that the ending perfectly syncs up. Like you could watch Rogue One into Return of the Jedi, like
A New Hope.
A New Hope is so awesome. And then, dude, for the longest time, that Vader scene at the end, when he boards the ship, he's like, freaking kills like, whoa, like that was crazy. Rogue One is definitely up there for me. Solo, real quick. I don't think it was that bad, but like Donald Glover like did his thing as
I feel like most people only watch for Donald.
for sure. I mean, that was like
Donald was the draw
as Lando, yeah.
which is kind of like, I love Donald. I love Donald. But it's kind of weird to think about. He was a draw for a Star Wars movie. Donald Glover was the reason why people went and watched the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But Lando, people love Lando and people love Donald.
Yeah.
And it's just like the curiosity is just, but yeah, he did cool. They, him and his brother are writing the series. Apparently the guy didn't know he got fired.
Exactly.
Until he saw that they were writing it.
I mean, just a segue after that of, do we need a Lando series? There's a state, we're talking about the state of Marvel, but the state of Star Wars, like, it is just all over the place. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, Ahsoka is writing so much on Ahsoka.
Okay, so here's my thing. I think Donald likes to write things that are he's very clever. Him and his brother, they're very clever when it comes to perspectives, and they like to do things that are ironic a lot of times, or finding the irony in things and stuff like that. So I don't know what perspective they found on Lando that they deemed would be worth making a show about, other than just money, other than just having a Star Wars property.
The money perspective.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see what they found so interesting about Lando to be able to bank a whole series about, other than that he just fucks everything.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, Lando just fucks everything. I don't know what else other than maybe he's looking for love. I don't know. But trusting Donald's taste, based off Atlanta and everything else he does, pretty much, like, I'm kind of hoping there would be some sort of artistic twist, or some sort of perspective twist that's interesting. Like, if done right, this could be like their like bad comparison, but it's like their Joker in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's their own. It's in the universe, but it's its own thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, cause. Yeah, I know his brother also did House Party. Also did the House Party movie. Not to say that was bad, but that was very like it seemed commercial.
Yeah.
More than their other left turn stuff.
I trust Lando. I trust Donald Glover with Lando, but I do not trust Kathleen Kennedy with Donald. I didn't trust Kathleen Kennedy at all. Because,
she's still older?
So, update. So,
She said, y'all thought I was going?
Younger, I was like, if it bombs, Indy 5s. If Indy 5 bombs, she gone.
Nah, she here to stay.
The new rumor is, yeah, dude, she's staying. She has not got the boot. She will not get the boot. And, okay.
She came back like the Undertaker.
Let's just talk about it, okay? Kathleen Kennedy is a goat. She is a goat. Do you know that?
Like an actual goat. Yeah. That's just what you sound like you're saying.
No, she is one of the greats of all time.
Okay.
She will go down as, if there was like, you put like a Mount Rushmore of producers.
Kevin Feige.
KK will be up there.
Jon
Favreau, and I don't fucking
I don't know. Yeah.
But like KK will be up there with Feige.
Would Jon Favreau be up there?
No. But like for sure, it's like Feige, KK, because like, dude, she's like Steven Spielberg. She was like
Maybe James Gunn at this point.
That too. I mean, maybe. Let's wait till
10 years from now. But go ahead, my bad.
Steven Spielberg has called her himself like she's one of the greatest producers ever. She worked on E.T. She worked on Jurassic Park. You know, she was Steven Spielberg's like producer. You know, she knows how to get talent together. She knows how to build like a movie.
I don't know. After I seen Steven Spielberg make that music video for the Mumford and Son motherfucker, I'm kind of jaded on his judgment.
Yeah. But that's new Spiel, like in his prime. You know, like she has done great work. But how I believe it's different from being a producer and running a studio. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it is very obvious that she is incapable of running a studio, with especially of like how she's like, a movie's coming out next year, doesn't come out. Or like the whole thing with like directors, how like she is the queen of, what's the term again? She's the queen of creative differences. Everything that's happened on a set. Like why Gareth Edwards was the original director of Rogue One. Dipped, you know, the guys who did Game of Thrones.
But we got something we like though.
Exactly, that is good, right? But also, okay, once again, if I'm shitting on KK, but also we have to give KK her flowers, you know, because guess what? In her reign, she did give us Rogue One. She put Favreau and Filoni together, right? So we got Mando's season 1 and 2. You know, real quick, Force Awakens, I actually do enjoy. Last Jedi, just like so divisive. The Last Skywalker, dog shit, you know? Like, but we got Force Awakens, which I do enjoy. We got Rogue One, we got Mando. She has some W's under her belt, but she also had massive L's. Sorry, Solo was one of the biggest Star Wars bombs ever, you know? Obi-Wan, not good, you know? It's such a give or take, you know? I mean, look, we haven't had a Star Wars film in theaters in like 3 years now. It's going to be, when it drops next year, it's going to be 5 years. Like, it's just so much with Kathleen Kennedy and how.
What does she look like?
You don't know what KK looks like?
No. Kathleen Kennedy, she sounds like she like a redhead, like maybe mid, like early 50s, late 40s, maybe like a kind of like a soccer mom type of vibe, but
you're not wrong.
She's professional. Like she wears blouses. Oh,
KK.
Well, at least I have a face.
Yeah, that is KK. Yeah, that is the Kathleen Kennedy.
I was thinking more like a Jessica Chastain type.
I wish, bro. I fucking wish. Like. Kathleen, she's also kind of like a liar. She really is. Like she was talking about at Star Wars Celebration, where
you hate this way.
I mean, stop, dude. I don't want to be that guy, and I don't want to like shit, because I give things benefit of the doubt, but it just comes to the point where even like the majority of people who love Star Wars like just couldn't agree. Like KK is not right for the job, right? Dude, you remember this? I know you know this. Feige was supposed to produce a Star Wars movie.
Oh, yeah.
She, at Celebration this year, said that was never true.
What?
The Russo brothers talked about it, you know? Waldron was writing it. Waldron might be, supposedly, rumor has it, dropped this weekend, might not be on Secret Wars anymore.
But if Phil and Chris...
That would be crazy.
Christopher Miller and Phil Lord?
Wait, Lord and Miller might do Secret Wars?
That's what My Time to Shine said.
I didn't see that. That would be.
I would love that.
Holy fuck.
I would love
Gordon Miller got Secret Wars, maybe? I don't know.
My Time to Shine said, Waldron and
the other guy.
They're out. Like they're done. Might be Phil and Miller.
Lord and Miller.
Lord and Miller, yeah.
Anyways, she said that was never true. She was like, the Feige movie was never true, but like Russo brothers have talked about it. Because like Feige like hit them up, doesn't you want to do it? Waldron talked about it. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, KK? Like, we all know.
Corey got receipts.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's why I was like, you remember that? You're like, yeah. I was like, well, she said it was never true. What do you mean? You're telling me we're liars? Nerdhour lying? No, bro.
Like, what are you gonna do? Hit me? What are you gonna do?
Oh, like,
Sue me?
oh my God. I mean, just even to go off like the director stuff and all that, Star Wars Celebration happened this year, and KK went on stage and announced, like you were saying, to circle back, where is Star Wars going? She announced 3 movies. They announced 3 movies on stage at Star Wars Celebration this year. First one is, I was kind of confused. I was like, is another trilogy? But no, they're doing a Rey movie solely on Rey, probably when she's older, directed by... Exactly. A Rey movie directed by Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy, who did Badur and Miss Marvel. She did Miss Marvel. You hate women.
Nah, I just don't like those movies.
Exactly. So she did that. So a Rey movie, a sequel movie. Like basically a movie set in the dawn of the Jedi. So like a prequel of how the Jedi started, directed by...
This is not the Rey movie.
No, there's 3 different... This is the second movie. So another movie set in the dawn of the Jedi. We don't have a title. Directed by James Mangold, who did Indy 5, which bombed, which did, he did Logan. He did one of my favorite movies of all time, Ford v Ferrari. And then Filoni's getting his own movie, basically the Mandoverse, which is going to tie up the Mandoverse. So out of those 3 movies, which one are you most excited for? Rey, Origins of the Jedi, or a movie by Filoni that's supposed to they're Avengers. Ahsoka, Mando, maybe Luke, all in the movie versus Thrawn.
I mean, now that you're selling me on the third one,
right?
You really just oversold that one compared to the other 2.
That is true.
This one, but this one, I mean, I personally would say I'm more excited. Because I'm before you said that, I was about to be like, oh, Dawn of the Jedi. That sounds interesting.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Dawn of the Jedi is not happening. Because Indy 5 bombed, bro. And that's what I'm saying with KK, guys. Dude.
I don't know. You were wrong about KK.
Okay, that's true. But that shit is, just the whole director stuff, that is not happening. How about the Taika Waititi Star Wars movie? She said he's still writing it. That's not happening. That is not happening. This because look at what happened with,
Love and
Thunder. That shit is not happening.
They're saying he got the next Thor. So
that is true.
I don't know if canceling is really happening based on numbers and statistics. I don't think they care. I think
with KK's track record, and it's because the Taika movie was now so long ago, and Taika's movie was supposed to be like an old Dawn of the Jedi thing. That's why they think they gave it to Mangold. But now I don't even believe that Mangold has the Dawn, because I don't even think so. And even the Rey movie, I'm sure, but dude, Boyega he's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
But he is asking for the biggest bag. He was like, I want 5 bags, and also
I want 30 helicopters, 12 private jets. I want 2 mansions. Then on top of that, my paycheck.
And give me an actual leading role in this movie. Because, that was just one of his biggest things about Star Wars, is that they fucking sidelined his character like crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's talked about, but it's still crazy how they race baited that The Force Awakens.
Exactly.
The first ever teaser they released was of Finn. You thought this was a black movie, a black Star Wars film.
A black Star Wars film, Jedi. They set him up to be, and he just... bro.
That motherfucker was only there to kiss that girl.
The Asian girl, Rose Tico, which is...
that is one of the most insane marketing moves ever.
Ever.
And it's kind of gotten swept under the rug. People they bring it up, but it's that should have been a bigger problem than what it was. Y'all really baited and switched with a black guy just to get hype. It's crazy.
Sorry.
But then they were like, but it's the first time you see the stormtrooper without his helmet.
Real quick. So we have Mangold, and then Filoni, and then that's Shamin Obed Chinoy. So Ray movie, that's my king, and he's probably got fired.
I'm gonna be honest. If I saw Filoni like at a store or some sort, I would avoid him. Like I would like walk in the other aisles. He just the cowboy hat gives like he called me the N-word.
He loves his cowboy hat. That's his thing.
I'm sure he's really nice.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure he's a good person, but just the aesthetic is like I've seen it before. And I'm known to steer clear of it.
Oh my god.
Usually cowboy hats and a white man in a cowboy hat is not good for me.
That's true.
So, you know.
But
yeah, she looks like Roseanne a little bit.
she does look like Roseanne.
Bad.
But yeah, guys, I'm stoked I got to finally get this off my chest. You know, Star Wars is such a big part of my life. I'm just, I mean, real, just sum it up. You think, like, we kind of talk about the sale of Marvel, right? And how, like, Marvel's, like, on rocky ground.
Oh, but Star Wars is just...
Well, like, Star Wars is still worse than Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we think Marvel is like, oh my god, like, Marvel Feige Club.
They're like, at least we know what we're doing somewhere.
Exactly. Marvel is so low, dude. It's really sad.
Star Wars this week.
Star Wars is so low. Marvel is still, like, it's, like, rocky, but, like, will never, like, they really had, like, it'll be so, like, the path that Marvel went on to be as bad as Star Wars. But I hope, like, this man Filoni is heir apparent to George Lucas. I have my faith in him. Alex Bex, I don't know if you're watching this right now, but I think Ahsoka will be good. You know, I have faith, and hopefully this kind of boosts up the morale of the Star Wars fandom because it really needs it right now. KK, you are a GOAT, but we need you gone, bro. We need you gone.
I'm still trying to see what you can do.
This is how I feel whenever I think about KK. That's your
daddy.
That's your dad.
Look just like him.
But all right, guys, I'm really stoked that now I don't need to hide my Star Wars feelings, and then I'm glad that we have the podcast now to talk about, you know, Star Wars, and especially Ahsoka now coming out. I'm very stoked to finally put this out in the world. We're gonna have some Star Wars people on. Not cast.
People gonna expect fucking Hayden to come on this video.
Hayden, please. But Star Wars enthusiasts on who also have their own takes. I'm glad we got to put this episode out to kind of let it out, put the feelers out there. So, you know, when we have more Star Wars centric people on, we have our thoughts out there and where we're at. Probably Star Wars ranking video coming soon as well. But before that, we're definitely doing a Pokemon card unboxing video for sure.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. But guys, I think this is it for episode 16 of the Nerdhour podcast. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video. Next week, hopefully, maybe we'll have good mics. We'll see.
Not the way you spending. Not the way you budget.
Please follow us on TikTok, Instagram, x.com.
X. Oh, I thought you, man.
What?
I you have no idea what I thought.
I think I know what you thought.
Like, what are you promoting right now?
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Deuces.